What is good, y'all? In this video, I'm gonna be talking about the tribulation and how I believe it might go down. So, a lot of people believe that the tribulation is gonna be controlled by the one world government, that the one world government is gonna have complete control and it's all gonna be controlled and you know. But I disagree. Maybe for the first half of the tribulation, maybe for a little part of the tribulation. But the truth is, a lot of people, once they enforce these microchips and whatever the mark of the beast is, the Neuralink, tattoos, digital tattoos, stamps, ink stamps, whatever it is, gel stamps, laser engraving tattoos, whatever the mark of the beast is, microchips, whatever it is, a lot of people, they're not going to accept it. And I was just talking to some people today, and I asked them, like, I was basically just telling them about the microchips, how eventually, very soon, the government, they're gonna mandate microchips or whatever, you know. I told them it, you know, the mark of the beast, and they told me that they would not take it. That the government could shove it up their butt, and so there's people in this world that they're not Christian. They might believe in God. They might not be, like, you know, following him, but, you know, they acknowledge God. But there's people in this world that are not, like, saved, born again Christians, but still, at least right now, they say they would not take the mark. That instead of that, you know, if I've talked to criminals too. I mean, I don't like using, basically, but like gangsters, I've talked to gangsters about it, and they've told me they would just end up robbing stores. They would rob stores or rob whatever, you know. And a lot of people would do that. A lot of people would resort. There's people in this world that would do that easily. And eventually, once there is no food, once the system shuts down, and possibly, I don't know how the apocalypse is gonna be here in the United States, because people here, we have freedom and we love our freedom. And now there's a lot of people who say they love freedom, but they voted for Trump and still support him. And of course, that's a lie, because how can you support Trump and love freedom? That doesn't make sense. Trump is a snake. He's even said it in his own speeches. He said, "You knew I was a snake before you let me in." He said that with his own words. There's two cops. There's a cop passing me, or that's not a cop, but it looked like the cop, and the dude in front is a cop. And they have these cop cars. So, anyways, I don't remember what I was saying, but there's a lot of people in the United States. They say they stand for freedom, but they love Trump. They support Trump. And Elon Musk too. Elon Musk is literally the false prophet, and he's gonna enforce the mark of the beast. Very well, possibly be with Donald Trump. It might be with Donald Trump. Who might be the Antichrist. I believe Donald Trump, and he matches up a lot of the prophecies. Donald Trump might be the Antichrist. And I know there's people that disagree, and there's people that say that, no, Trump is sent by God. Trump is this, Trump is that. But how are you I'm not dumb. I'm not going to believe anybody that tells me that. How am I going to trust a man? How am I going to trust Trump when he's literally the boss, basically, of Elon Musk? And Elon Musk, the false prophet, whoever the Antichrist is, the false prophet is going to be the second person in command, basically. He's going to be the right-hand man. And right now, Elon Musk is the right-hand man of Donald Trump. So that even proves it even more. That shows even more proof that Trump is the man of sin, the man of lawlessness, the Antichrist, the snake that he always says he is. Because he said it in multiple speeches. You knew I was a snake before you let me in. He said it himself. He loves that speech. He says it all the time. He says it all the time. He says it all the time. He loves the speech. He loves saying it. He loves saying it. And he's best friends with Elon Musk. And Elon Musk, he's already putting brain chips into people. And supposedly he's offered free speech, but that's a lie. That's a lie in order to deceive the masses, in order to deceive the only group that would be against all that stuff. These people, the elites are so smart. The Christians, the conservatives are the ones believing in those two snakes, who very well might be the Antichrist and the false prophet themselves. They are so good at deceiving. The devil is so smart that he's deceiving. What did the Bible say? If it were so possible, they would deceive, or who? What does it say? They would deceive the very elect, or something like that. But you are not in darkness, or something. You know what I mean? There's a verse in the Bible that says something like that, and I'm paraphrasing, but something similar to that. But, and then I believe it says, but you, my beloved, or you, my faithful, you know, or the chosen by God, we are not in darkness. We are not in darkness. I think that might actually be a different verse, but that's also what the Bible says too. We are not in darkness to be deceived by the devil. We are not in darkness to be deceived by the Antichrist. We are not in darkness to follow the mass conservative mind. And they all think alike. And doesn't the Bible kind of say something like that about the beast system, right? That they all think alike. They're one mind, or you know what I mean? It says something like that, I believe. And it makes sense because all the conservatives, they all think with one mind. Whatever Donald Trump tells them, that's the mind they believe. That's how they think, with one mind. Trump tells them something. Oh, some people even say Trump is Jesus. There's people that say that Trump is the second coming of Christ. There's conservatives out there that say Trump is the second coming of Christ. There's people that believe that, and people could say, oh, that's not true, but it's true. There's people that say that Trump is chosen by God. But what did Trump say? One time he said, someone had to do it. Trump said, someone had to do it. So what is it? What was he referring to? He was referring to being the Antichrist, I believe. Someone has to be the Antichrist. He said someone has to do it. And he chose to be, someone had to do it. Someone had to be him. So is the one world government going to be able to be in control of the United States? Are they going to be able to mandate the mark of the beast in the United States? As I've always said, I believe in some places it will be controlled, but in other places it will not be controlled. Some places will, but the other thing too, if they get the brain chips into enough people, these people, they're not going to think for themselves anymore. Once they get the Neuralink, Elon Musk's Neuralink, they're going to think with one mind, with the AI, computer, whatever the heck, artificial intelligence that is connected to that brain chip, then they're going to think with one mind, even more than they do now. And I only say these things to preach, to warn people. I don't care about views, and I do care about views and likes. I wish more people would watch my videos and listen to my warnings and like the videos. But the truth is, the majority of people will not. The majority of people don't even care to listen to any of my messages, any messages of truth. Like the Bible said, these people would rather listen to seducing spirits, to preachers who tickle their ears, who give them messages that make them feel good. There's a lot of preachers out there that do that. They don't speak the truth. How evil is that? How evil is that? Imagine that. Being a preacher, or at least, spreading the truth, trying to spread the truth to the world, and the truth, but instead, and you could preach the truth, but instead you want to preach soft messages that'll please everyone's ears and make them feel good, and evil stuff, man. But a lot of pastors today, a lot of priests and preachers today too, they do that stuff. They just want to preach simple stuff. They don't want to preach about the tribulation. They don't tell people the mark of the beast is coming. They don't tell people about Donald Trump being possibly the Antichrist, and Elon Musk. Basically, Elon Musk fulfills the prophecies of the false prophets to a perfect 100% according to my research. But there's preachers that don't like preaching that stuff. There's preachers that never talk about the end times, the times that we're in. They don't warn the people that Jesus is coming back, which he is. Jesus is coming back, and that's what we got to wait for. But at the end of the day, that's just how it is, and it's only going to get worse. This world is only going to grow colder and colder, worse and worse and worse. And we're already seeing that. There's going to be, the Bible said there would be a falling away in the last days. It's happening currently right now with Christians following Trump and supporting Trump. That's a falling away right there in of itself. That's people leaving the truth to follow the possible Antichrist. That's the falling away right there. Even though people claim to believe in Jesus, and there's probably going to be these same Christians, I would not be surprised if these same Christians, they take the mark of the beast and they still claim to follow Jesus. And once they take the mark, once enough people take the mark, they're not going to think for themselves anymore. Once you take a brain chip, you cannot think for yourselves. Once they hook you up to that, it might be 6G. That might be how they hook up the mark of the beast, the Neuralink, or whatever the mark is. It might be through 6G. Was Trump also? Trump loves 6G. Trump wants 6G. Trump wants a digital border, and that's the way they're going to control the border. Trump wants to control the border digitally. That's what he's going to do. You guys don't have to believe me. Just wait and see. And you're going to see for yourselves. Trump is going to make that border a digital border. So if you leave the country, they're going to know you left the country. If you come back into the U.S., the government will know that you came back into the U.S. That's how they want to control even more. All of this stuff, they're all lies. Well, whatever Trump says, he said it himself multiple times, over and over. You knew I was a snake before you let me in. He says it all the time. says it all the time. He's probably the person that has repeated that saying more than anyone else, probably too. He loves that verse, but that saying, whatever it's called. He loves it. He loves it. So, and then there's so many people that love Elon Musk too. So many Christians, or supposed Christians, but how can you call yourself a Christian and support a man that's putting brain chips into people? How stupid can you be? How deceived can you be? You are deceived, but you cannot see it because you are deceived. These people are brainwashed. These conservative, and I'm gonna just call them conservative liberals. That's really what they are. They're not no conservatives supporting people that put brain chips into people. Then Elon Musk, supposedly he's a conservative or a beacon for free speech, or a man that's for the people that loves, what the heck are you talking about? How is a man that wants to put brain chips into people, he's already putting brain chips into people actually, how is a man who's doing that and wanting to do that, how is he for free speech? He's not for that. And there's so many videos I've seen. Elon Musk, he refers to people, he uses words when he's talking about like masses of people, groups of people, or just people. He uses words that is so weird. So weird. He doesn't say people. He says, I can't even think of what type of words he uses, but he uses it. He uses such weird words referring to people. Such weird words. He's a weirdo. He's a weirdo. And that's why what type of person wants to put brain chips into people? It's like me. Like, you know what I mean? If I see a person, I don't immediately think, oh, I want to put a brain. What the heck? Why would I think? You know what I mean? Why? You're a weirdo if you want to put brain chips into people. You weirdo. And that's why he's going to be thrown into the lake of fire. When Jesus comes back, the false prophet, Elon Musk, he's going to be thrown into the lake of fire for how evil he is. Right when Jesus comes back, that's what he's going to do. And if I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but the Antichrist and the false prophet, they're going to be the two first people thrown into the lake of fire. And there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are deceived in this world, but that's just what was supposed to happen. That's prophecy. That's prophecy. Prophecy is prophecy. Whatever was written will happen. Whatever was written in the Bible will happen. All prophecies must be fulfilled. All prophecies. And so then you might ask the question, well, what do I do in the tribulation? Well, first off, there's something called a rapture. And right now, currently, the government, very recently, they admitted to UFOs and to aliens and saying they come from the ocean. Which that also reminds me of some Bible verses, like the beast coming out of the sea in Revelation. Or possibly the demon locusts, or whatever they are, the locusts that are going to torment people. Or possibly the four fallen angels that are going to come out of the river Euphrates. something called Project Bluebeam, which a lot of people say, a lot of truthers, they say that Project Bluebeam, basically it's holograms in the sky. So the government, once it's time, once the rapture happens, so I was explaining the rapture. So you don't have to be in the tribulation. You don't have to be here. Just like Jesus, God made a way out in the time of Noah. Noah survived on the ark. But this time, you will be able to go in the rapture, go to heaven. You won't have to be here to endure all of that evil that's going to happen in the tribulation. If you give your life to Jesus today and become born again and become saved today and stay strong in your faith in the path, in the narrow path, you'll go in the rapture. And what's going to happen in the rapture is all true, all born again, saved Christians are going to disappear from the face of the earth. And they're going to meet Jesus. And they're going to go into heaven to be with Jesus until the time of the end. So what is the government going to do? How are they going to explain millions of people around the world disappearing? They're going to blame it on the aliens, on the Project Bluebeam. They're going to say that aliens took them. Then they're going to show holograms in the sky. You're going to see spaceships as clear as day in the sky, and it's going to deceive so many people. But we are not in darkness so that we should be deceived. We will not be deceived. We know the truth. Jesus will not leave us in darkness. And that's why he sends people to preach so that I could learn the truth. And that's why he puts it in my heart as well to seek the truth. And that's why he sends people to preach the truth so that the world, whoever wants to hear, can hear. But what if you don't make it in the rapture? Well, that's a whole different thing right there. If you don't make it in the rapture, you're going to be here in the tribulation. And you will be tested. Everyone will be tested. That's why it's best to go in the rapture and you'll just get out of here. You won't have to, not a bad thing will happen to you if you go to heaven. Heaven is, but if you're here on earth, that's hell on earth. The tribulation, the gates of hell are going to be opened in the tribulation. All hell is going to break loose. There's going to be fallen angels killing people, a 200 million man army, if I'm not mistaken, killing people. A third of mankind would die from that. And I believe from the fourth seal, a quarter of the population will die from that, from the fourth seal. And so is the one world government going to be in control? Not at all. In a lot of places, they're going to be dying too. The one world government, don't think they're all going to be in control. Nah, it's going to be survival. It's going to be survival. It's going to be people shooting, killing, raping, pillaging, kidnapping, holding people hostage to eat them later on, cannibalism, murder, rape, any type of evil you could think of. There's going to be groups, cults, such weird people in the tribulation. People are going to be so evil, demonically possessed. Things are going to happen that are unhuman. People are going to do things that are absolutely unhuman because it will be unhuman. They're going to be like zombies, robots. Those people, the people who take the mark of the beast, they're no longer going to be humans. They're going to be evil. Now, I don't know exactly. It basically does that. That's transhumanism. You're just turning into a robot. And Elon Musk says once you take the Neuralink, eventually they're going to be able to upload your consciousness onto the internet. And Elon said, what did he say in that one interview? He said that once your body is basically old, is dead, and he uses such weird words. Elon is such a weirdo, evil person, but God is gonna judge him. So we should, revenge is of the Lord. Revenge is of the Lord. Let God get the revenge. Revenge is of the Lord, and that's why the Lord himself will cast Elon Musk into the lake of fire. What did Elon say that he said? That eventually once his technology, once he's able to transfer, he said you'll basically be able to transfer your consciousness into another, he didn't even say body. So basically you're going to be able to be put into another person's body, basically, or like a body. But he didn't even say body. He used an even weirder word, like a weirdo, like a psychopath weirdo that he is. Such an evil person, Elon Musk. He's so evil. And he's playing the good guy. And people believe it. People believe it. They love Elon. They love Elon Musk. People love Elon Musk. People love Elon. They love him, love him, love him. So yeah, the tribulation is just gonna be, and tomorrow, even myself, I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'm going to Cabela's. I'm gonna get a sniper. I'm gonna get a sniper rifle tomorrow, 308. Cause hunting, if you could hunt, that's gonna be a good food source. And one investment I would really strongly suggest to have food in the future is get a BB gun. If you can't buy guns in your country, buy crossbows, bow and arrows, compound bows, whatever. Buy air guns and figure out a way to fill the tanks of your air gun when there's no electricity. There's old compressors. There's old compressors that compress air by spinning a belt, a serpentine belt. Get a very old compressor that compresses air by that belt spinning, and you won't have electricity. So figure out a way to hook up a bicycle so that you could spin that belt and compress air into the tank, and then figure out a way to put that air out of that compressor into your tank that fits onto your gun, so that, and buy a whole bunch of ammo. It's not going to be like bullets, but it's just the projectile itself. It's not like a bullet, like a 9mm 5.56, not like a primer and with, no, it's just gonna be air, but those are very deadly too. So get some of those, get some of those, get a whole bunch of those, get machetes, get blow darts, whatever you could get axes, get knives. Survival knives is very important. There's a cop right here, so get what you could get. Get what you can get. And like I was saying, get some pellet guns, get BB guns, air guns, just the pump ones, not even the you know, the big. No, just get those .177 little, the tiny little BBs. Like, you know, get a lot of those and get a lot of bullets for that. Little BBs, pellets. The ones that can shoot BBs and pellets, get those. Because with those, a lot of people, the first thing they're gonna think when there's no food is, oh, I'm gonna go to the woods, I'm gonna go hunting. Most people, they're gonna think, oh, I'm going to the woods, I'm going hunting. Everyone's gonna think that. That's what everyone's gonna do. And that's gonna make it even more dangerous to be in the woods, because people are gonna be in the woods looking for deer, looking for whatever food they can find, animals. And once it's a tribulation, it's gonna be bad. And you will, if two people, I've seen it in dreams, I've seen it in prophetic dreams. If two people see each other, one of them is gonna die or both of them are gonna die. That's how bad it's gonna be. I've seen it myself. And so, get those BB guns. You'll be able to hunt little birds. A lot of people won't think about it. A lot of people don't prep up on that stuff, but I'm telling y'all right now, prep up on it. Hunt little birds. There's always little birds. No matter what, there's always little birds. You could always go outside. There's birds everywhere. Even if you go outside right now. I mean, it's nighttime, but if you go outside in the daytime, I basically guarantee you're going to see a bird somewhere. Wait a few minutes, you'll see birds. So even if it's not a lot of meat, eat the bones or figure something out. Kill a lot of them, you know? And we could trust that God will provide too. We don't gotta worry. We don't have to worry. Why should we worry as Christians? God is for us. If those little birds have food to eat and they don't even garden. Little birds, they don't have gardens. Little birds, they don't dig up dirt and plant seeds and water the plants to have food. They just have food. God feeds them. And imagine those are little birds. Imagine how much more important we are as the body of Christ, or the bride of Christ. We are much more important. But some people, they are destined to be martyrs. Some people will become martyrs. They will die for Christ. As prophecy must be fulfilled. As prophecy must be fulfilled. And I'm already sleepy. And I gotta be up early. Gotta get my rifle. And I also, I do have a TikTok account. I think it's called Last Days Are Here as well. I got TikTok. I want to start posting on TikTok more because I know I'm able to get a lot of new viewers on TikTok. Because here on YouTube, I'm shadow banned. I can't get no new viewers. Whoever watches my videos, that's basically who watches my videos. I don't get new viewers much. I used to, but YouTube does not like what I post. And they like to censor people that post the truth, spread the truth. So I'm shadow banned basically. But on TikTok, I know I'm always getting new viewers. But I don't really make videos where I'm talking. I don't make videos much where I'm talking. So I'm going to probably have to start doing that as well. But if you guys can follow me on TikTok as well, or, like the video, share the video. I know whenever I find good videos, I'll share it. I don't care. A lot of my family, they used to call me crazy or, think that. And a lot of them now, they believe a lot of the stuff I'm saying because they see it for themselves. And I'm not in it for the likes and the views and this. No, I'm in it to spread the truth first. I do like the likes. I like the views because that means I'm reaching people. But I'm not in it to be popular. I'm not in it to be famous. All this is doing is making people think I'm crazy, really. A lot of people say I'm crazy for preaching about the end times, but that's just what it is. They're deceived, so it's best I don't even think about that. Think about what they think. So, yeah, I guess this is I'm gonna end up ending this video right here, I guess, but spread the word. We all, as Christians, we have to spread the word, warn people. If we know the truth, we have to warn people. If we know the truth and we don't spread the truth, what's gonna happen on Judgment Day? When people, they could have heard, there's people that might never hear the truth. That we could have told them. There's people that have never heard of the mark of the beast. And at least personally for me, I try to tell, I can't even say I try to tell as many people as I can, because if I did that, I would go out on the streets preaching. But whatever chances I get, that I know I could preach to someone, I'll tell them, I'll warn them, I'll tell them. So I guess I'm in this video here, but until next time, repent. God bless you, and I'm out.